How's it going, everybody? My name is still, of course, TheyHateZoar, and welcome back, finally, to the Arrow. I know, it's been several weeks since I originally uploaded the first part. It got blocked and the copyright stuff, yeah, it's all good now. We're back up, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this one I won't have similar issues with. We'll see. I am not convinced. This will just be like the second time trying, so who knows. But I'm so glad to be back, and it's super unfortunate. Of course, I picked this show, and I get alerted that they're taking it off of Netflix on like the 17th of this month. So like we have until like the 17th of this month to like react to what we can of it, and then it's gone off of Netflix. I don't know, maybe I can use a VPN or something and it will still be on Netflix in another country, maybe. I don't know. But it's kind of sad and unfortunate, but I figured let's do one more episode, because why the fuck not? But then after that, we'll have to probably find something else to watch. If you guys don't want to watch this anyways, we'll probably have to do that one way or the other. So let me know what else you'd like to see me to do. I know you guys really liked this one video originally, or the first one originally, even though most of those views and likes got like deleted because the video got blocked and taken down and shit. Hopefully you guys like this video just as much as the first, and we'll do some more. Let's hop on into it.
Where'd he come from? What's going on here?
Bro got butt kicked.
Who's this guy?
Nice 180.
Whoa, please, wait.
Please wait? Did you wait for your friends?
Marcus Redmond, you failed this city. Please don't. Cell phone inside pocket. Call your partner. Tell him to give those pensioners back their money. Please don't. Do it now.
Jesus Christ, how are you just gonna start a fucking episode off like that? Jesus Christ. Well done, as always. The choreography is just phenomenal in this show. They do such a good job with the editing and everything. They don't go over the top with all the jump cutaways and everything. Pretty good, for the most part. Notable things, the 180 shot, and also that butt kick was pretty funny. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks of stuff like that. Also, highly illegal. Don't do this at home, kids. Obviously, you saw the warning when you clicked on the video, or maybe you missed that warning. Don't do this at home. Don't do this at home, kids. I feel like I shouldn't need out to say that, but I should anyways, just to be safe.
This guy gets more airtime than the Kardashians, right?
5 years on an island and you still know who they are.
I've been catching up. It's nice to see.
Taxi, which was just awesome, by the way. Couldn't forget peeing on the cop.
I wish everyone would.
I'd hang.
The first 4 times of you in court was enough for me.
Fair enough. This is Queen.
It's such a great scene, and I'm sure this is definitely something you would have to do at one point. Dude, I love anytime Tommy walks into the room, you just know he's gonna steal the scene, because he's like the funniest character and like the best part of season 1. But as well as the Oliver coming back to life, that's gotta be. I wonder how that would actually work. I'm assuming you probably would have to do something similar in our normal day-to-day courts, but maybe they'll show exactly how they do it. I'm sure they'll probably just show them like say a couple lines in court and not actually show what happens. But I'm actually curious about like the process it would take to like legally resurrect you after like you either faked your death or your death was like exaggerated like Oliver's was. Who knows? Maybe somebody in the comments. Legal Wiggle, where you at when we need you? Send somebody to the comments. We need your wisdom and insight. I would like a video, even just like a 60-second short of like how like this is the process. I don't know, maybe you have someone with you who does the videos that does that kind of law though. But I'm sure one of you could easily explain it. Better than I ever could, that's for sure. Sure. Fucking dyslexia. That's for certain. Don't leave that in me, please. Peeing, oh yeah, oh my god, I almost forgot. Peeing on the cop? What the fuck? I need to know the context. I need a prequel show that shows like Oliver Queen before the hero, right? Because I need to see this scene. I need to see this happen. Just a longer haired drunk Oliver just pissing on a cop. Something awesome.
There was a storm.
Yeah, that is something that certainly would happen to somebody, especially somebody with Oliver. We talked about this in the first episode, that he suffers obviously from PTSD, so having this like sense of like being extremely guarded, especially in like crowded, very claustrophobic spaces. And I'm sure him already thinking about him having to be resurrected, and you know, because you know everybody thinks I died in that boat crash where I watched my father and my ex's sister die and all. And then when you put on the pressure of people constantly asking questions about it as well, and you're like getting flashes to it, and like, how did it feel, and you're thinking about it, getting these flashes. Personally, it's not necessarily my experience. I don't think I've ever gotten like flashes of like the past for that, but then again, I haven't been in the exact same situation as Oliver, and he's definitely been through a lot more, I would argue, emotional and physical trauma than I ever have been, probably ever will be. Like, if you've seen the whole show, you know exactly just about how much he does go through, and it's an immense amount. We saw the scars in the last episode. But for somebody like that, it probably would be more severe. I'm not sure, with maybe somebody with more severe PTSD. I'm sure, good answer, maybe. Mine is like pretty light. I don't usually get like, I don't get like delusional states or anything like that, but I certainly do suffer from nightmares, and you know, the general paranoia is similar to Oliver. However, it's not to the point where I'm getting like flashes of my traumatic memories of like why I became a child vigilante because people were asking questions about it, or even just people just being around me in general. Maybe, but then again, I haven't been in this exact situation. Maybe in a couple years, when people actually notice my channel and notice me and they want to like interview me and stuff, who knows, maybe I'll get in some trouble with legal stuff or whatever. Who knows, maybe I'll get flashes then, but if I do, I'll let you know. But so far, no flashes for me. But like, other than that, I could see why that would put him in the state to have flashes. It very much puts me in the state of being guarded. And it's mainly because I get paranoid in crowds. And it's mainly because the environments I usually got, like, I always kind of summed it up to, because a lot of the times I got necessarily quote unquote jumped or like attacked at random was like in class with like there's a bunch of people around me. And one of my biggest paranoias was like going to class is one of the reasons I have a bunch of tardy marks and absentees on my record, is that I just didn't like sitting in like big classes surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't trust. So like, I definitely get the being guarded sense that he gets here. And he definitely seems a bit guarded going through the crowd. I mean, obviously they made that pretty distinctive with like the flashbacks and all that. But like, if you saw somebody doing that, like that happening to somebody in real life, you wouldn't be seeing the flashbacks. So like, you probably wouldn't necessarily be able to read off of that, because you wouldn't be able to see into their mind. Unless you're, I guess, you're a mind reader, maybe. If they exist. Yet to meet one myself. It'd be nice. And I guess for now we're going to get into the actual... I'm assuming he's explaining here. pretty sure he's gonna explain what happens and everything, or what happened and everything, and hopefully be declared alive again. It'd be weird if you go into one of these cases and they're like, "Ah, we don't see sufficient enough evidence." Your Honor, I'm right here. Are you though? If I could stop on his face for a good frame, I'd show. Oh, flash. So. Sorry, I shouldn't. I shouldn't have. That was rude.
Reached it. I knew that I was gonna have to live for both of us. In those 5 years, it was that one thought that kept me going.
Your Honor.
Damn. I couldn't imagine one having to go through that and then two having to recount it publicly in like the courtroom and like everybody's in there with the cameras and everything. Oof, dude, that'd be fucking awkward as shit. And then the sadder fact of that, you know, he's the only one who kind of gets to be like resurrected here. You know, obviously, RP the real one.
Than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Do that tomorrow, please.
Of course.
Thank you.
Lying sack of shit. We all know what you about to go do.
They were bringing me back from the dead, legally speaking. What are you doing here?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who uses the term legally speaking. Sorry. Just coping with my childhood and my life and my future. My everything, really.
More like the DA's.
Ooh, burn.
Before that, he was cheating on me with my sister. He was with her when she died. And last week, he told me to stay away from him. It was really good advice. Excuse me.
That one definitely burned.
Come on, buddy. Shake it off.
Even Tommy's gotta say it. Even Tommy's gotta tell him, "Hey man, shake it off. Shake it off. It's alright. It's alright, bud." Poor Oliver, dude. The tea between them is so good. I'm pretty sure they actually have another scene together in this episode. Although I can't remember if the other character, Felicity, gets in this episode or not. Maybe?
An honest businessman, and I will fight this slander to my last dime and breath. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Small dick.
Hey, man, I'll make you swallow that Nikon back.
This happens to you a lot, doesn't it?
Alright, that was pretty good. The obvious, I don't even need to talk about the whatever his name was, talking about, oh, it's a witch hunt. I think we've done the Trump analogies enough for one lifetime. But the Diggle line, however, I'll make you swallow that Nikon. Oh, that was too good. Again, Tommy hitting the last words in like every scene he's in. I wonder if this is just their strategy in the episode at this point. They just give Tommy the last word on everything. People will love it. Again, Oliver pulling his disappearing act, being a bit less slick about it this time around as well. Well, equally as slick, but obviously not disappearing without a fucking trace, I guess, but you know what I mean. He fucking hopped in that shit in like a split second.
How much is a life worth? A life of a man, a good man, a Steve Door on the docks of the city in which we live.
Legally speaking, sorry, I'll stop.
Was taking bribes from the Chinese triad to drugs into. Martin Summers had him killed.
No.
Mr. Summers is very well connected and has friends in the district attorney's office. Which is why if Emily Nocenti is to get justice for her father's death, if Martin Summers is to get justice for his crimes, then someone is gonna have to do it for them.
Oh. Ah, nice editing.
The city's police and DA can't stop him, or won't. Laurel thinks she's the only one willing to bring him to justice. She's wrong.
Ooh. Ooh. S tier self monologue. This is 100% akin to real life. We do this in the mirror every time we leave the house. All joking aside, pep talks do actually get you in the fucking mindset. I'll give you that much. They get you fucking hyped and ready for that shit. I know it's like the monologue is more or less for our benefit, not his, but this is 100% a thing we do in real life. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. We all do it. 100%. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Trial down. You understand? Yes, sir.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Good night.
You failed this city. No! You're gonna testify in that trial. You're gonna confess to having Victor Nascenti killed. There won't be a second warning.
Ooh. Well executed by Oliver there. Good takedowns. Good smash and grab. Highly illegal once again. Pretty sure this would probably get like the whole case dismissed, honestly. Pretty sure. Like, oh, what fucking vigilante fucking showed up and like intimidated you and like shot arrows at you to like testify, confess to this crime. I'm pretty sure that'd get like the actual case like thrown out, I'm pretty sure. Just FYI. Cause like I'm pretty sure like you can't like intimidate them or coerce somebody into like a confession. I mean, depending on states, depending on I guess whether or not if you didn't intimidate it out of them, if they just happen to have been bragging about it, and it's like a one party state. I mean, that's what you get for fucking bragging, motherfucker. Shit. Quit self-snitching. But this definitely, I think, would get like the whole case shut out, legally speaking. I'll stop.
Hired to protect.
All due respect.
Yeah, man.
I never had a client who didn't want my protection.
I hired you. That makes me the client.
Ooh. Ooh, she's got you there.
Think my son is going on these chaperoneless excursions.
By the balls.
Ma'am, I truly do not know.
And he truly doesn't.
Then perhaps you'd like to share with me, where it is you run off to.
I've been alone for 5 years.
I know that, Oliver.
Mom. Alone.
I see.
I promised to
Okay.
introduce her if it ever gets to the exchanging first names stage.
No,
Oh, actually kinky. Nice. That's such a mom thing to say. Rendezvous. Your next rendezvous. She didn't even like hesitate though. She just fucking started with pride. Well, it's not the first time she's called it that.
there's a maniac out there hunting the wealthy.
Maniacs.
Oh.
This isn't a game. I lost you once, and I am not going through that again.
Okay.
The motherly guilt.
Sorry to give you so much grief.
Served 3 tours in Afghanistan, Mr. Queen. You don't even come close to my definition of grief. I tell you what, you ditch me one more time, no one will have to fire me.
Oh shit. Damn. Damn. That's some real shit. I forgot I remember he was a veteran, but it's like, goddamn, that was some cool shit. Fuck, dude, goddamn. Oh, this earlier seasons are so freaking. Oh, they were so grounded. I fucking love them. Fucking love the writing of this show too. Oh my god. Especially with characters like Diggle. His character is just so well written. And I love what they did with his character eventually in the later seasons as well. like long past the show's lifespan even. Like Diggle's always just been like kind of like there. Kind of feels like a big, you know, the part of the heart almost of it, you know, along with like Oliver and a few of the rest of them, some of the OGs, you know what I mean.
This time, because I'm gonna go get drunk instead.
Yeah. Do you think this is what Dad would want for you?
Oh, the fatherly guilt. Damn, like mother, like son. Damn, what's up with this family and guilting each other into shit? It was like, oh, I can't lose you again. Oh, well, what Dad want? Oh my God. Oh, why? Why you gotta drop that in here, bro? Oh. Why you gotta bring up Dad? Let the man rest.
Been home a week and all you do is avoid Mom, ignore Walter, and judge me.
Oh.
Don't wait up.
Damn. They're just all kicking him while he's down today. What the fuck? What they should have been like celebrating the fact that he just got legally resurrected or something? Well, I mean, we did have the party in the last episode. So, I mean, they kind of already had the welcome back celebration.
I guess that, well, was that a practical joke?
Oh my gosh, that's so fucking... He didn't even think to cover that shit up. He's even got papers on his desk and like a phone and like... Put the fucking playing cards over the damn thing. Jesus, hide it, bro. You're the worst criminal of all time.
Inclined to believe an honest, upstanding businessman like yourself. Except... she's robbing the rich. She's trying to teach him a lesson, I guess. I don't know. But the point is... The man's a killer. And nothing and no one is gonna stop me from bringing him down. But like you said...
Dumbass.
Clearly nothing happened here last night.
Clearly nothing happened here. But great detective work. It's just noticing that the little details and like actually paying attention. You'd be surprised how many people would probably miss that little fucking detail. And like be super dependent as well as on like how stupid the guy is for not covering it up. Still, I can't believe he didn't think about that. He had to have removed the arrow. Oh, I guess Oliver could have been the one who removed it, but how do you not cover that shit up? That's criminal 101. Cover your fucking tracks, my dude. What the fuck? Not that I'm trying to give advice for criminals or anything. It's just like, god damn. If I can do it, at least fucking try. Jesus. Bro barely tried. He's got that cut on his face. He ain't gonna bullshit the cops. What you
don't want to find out what I'm capable of when I get emotional.
Woo! Woo! Ooh! Ooh! I'm with it. I'm like, oh, okay. Alright, you wanna play like that? You wanna play like that? Alright. Alright. I'll get you outside. That's what my man's is thinking right now. Bro, you did not just say that shit about my daughter. I will fucking rock your shit. Bro. Also, I'm not... was that, I guess, explicit enough to be considered a threat against a cop? I feel like threatening that you're an emotional person and saying you don't want to know what happens when I get emotional, neither does your daughter. Like, I feel like that's... I don't know. I mean, technically, he didn't threaten any crime. He just said he'd get emotional. I guess technically, he probably would get away with this. Because if he's not like threatening direct force on somebody. And he could just mean, oh, you don't want to know what happens when I get emotional. I'll like rain down like legal hell, legally speaking, on you. Like, until they say something like, or he says something, you know, of substance. I'm pretty sure he could probably get away with this, which is a bit of fun because it is technically a threat, but it's not really directly threatening somebody. But I'm not 100% on that. I feel like it's vague enough that it would depend on the cop, maybe, but it would also depend if they did anything else wrong, maybe. I'm not sure. Gun legal, we need your help. Shine the eagle beacon.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, I am. Dad let me drink soda in the office.
Ah, so that's why you enjoyed coming.
Me?
Sparkling water or something cold, please?
Sweetheart, Oliver, Walter and I have something to discuss with you. Come, please sit.
Mom, it makes me nervous when you ask me to sit down.
Taking a leadership position in the company.
No.
No, your company.
No, I don't want to lead anything. Besides, Walter is doing a very good job here.
You said that you wanted to be a different person. You are Robert Queen's son.
I don't need to be reminded of that.
Well, obviously you do.
This transition is really difficult for you.
Thank you, Walter. Which part, though? Everyone fantasizing that I got my MBA while I was on the island? Or the fact that my father's CFO now sleeps down the hall from me?
Oof. It kind of really sucks, but all that the whole it's such a good scene because it's so real. Because it's kind of like hard to tell at times whether he's frustrated that he has to lie as much as he does. Because I think like some of that frustration that you see on him is not just the like frustration of like the transition, but like the fact he has to lie that he actually has a problem with it. Because he's probably cool with it. Let's be honest. At the same time, it would probably be hard to tell either way. But I think a lot of it is played out a bit, mainly to keep the cover of, you know, him just being an irresponsible person. That's why there's a line of her saying, oh, your irresponsibility lost its charm 5 years ago. But pretty much that whole scene is like meant to like reaffirm that stereotype to have his cover during, you know, his nightly endeavors. You know, that's why he checks out the girls and asks for sparkling water, and then, you know, says he doesn't want to roll in the company, lashes out on them for dating or whatever, and he's kind of just being a bit too harsh in my opinion. But I think he's just trying to like sell it the best way he knows how. And it seems like that, I feel like some of that frustration when he looked down there was a bit more into like, fuck, this fucking sucks, I fucking hate this. More than it was a, oh, fuck, I can't believe I just lashed out kind of a moment.
You know, I spent the first 27 years of my life in Starling City, and the next 5 in Afghanistan. You want to know what I learned? Home is a battlefield. Back home, they're all trying to get you. Get you to open up, be somebody you're not sure you are anymore. Or I could be wrong. Maybe after 5 years alone, you're not as messed up in the head as you have every right to be.
Damn. That's a really powerful scene there between Oliver and Diggle. And like they're kind of like connecting about the whole past trauma bonding. And I fucking love I know it's not like the most healthiest way to make like, I guess friendships is one thing, but like relationships is something else. But like for friendships or somebody that has like somebody to talk to like this, it's great to have somebody who you can talk to, even if you don't have like shared same trauma experiences. Just having somebody else who's been through some shit and kind of understands some of the same feelings, it can be like super therapeutic. I wouldn't say it would exactly replace therapy or like, you know, talking to a psychiatrist, but it certainly does help with the isolation and sort of the paranoia that maybe either you're wrong or maybe I'm like the only person in the world who may feel this way, you know. Understanding that like bad things do happen, unfortunately, and sometimes it's a lot of bad that you end up going through, and that leaves behind the marks on even the best of us, and even subconsciously in ways that like we don't really realize until we really like recognized it in ourselves, and then we're like, yo, what the fuck have I been doing this the whole fucking time? What the fuck? And you look back retrospectively and I'm like, I have been fucking doing that the whole time. What the fuck? And just like not noticing it, like really that you were doing those things. It certainly does help to have people to talk to. It's part of the reason why I say that even if you don't have somebody to talk to, definitely consider talking to like a professional and like taking care of yourself, like, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is you do. You know, just take care of yourself. That line with Oliver, or Diggle saying to Oliver, maybe after 5 years you're not as damaged as you have the right to be, is like super powerful as well, because he probably thinks he's a lot more damaged than he comes off as. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure that's he's gonna go like bury his dad now, so I can imagine having to fucking do that, like carry my dad like over my shoulder like that, and can't even imagine what that's like. Again, emphasizing the whole line that what Diggle said of like, maybe you're not as damaged as you have the right to be, and then it cuts to like a scene of him like carrying his fucking dead dad who killed himself to sacrifice himself for him, and it's like, oh, you might be onto something there, Diggle.
They are going to have to kill me if they want me to give this up.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
And it won't.
Golden.
What's going on?
What's going on is that the three of you are getting round the clock police protection. Okay, get used to their faces because they're going with you everywhere you go. No arguments.
Also best.
I'm a lawyer. I live to argue.
I'm your father. I live to keep you safe.
Oh, that's such a good fucking line. I'm a lawyer. I argue for a living. Try me. I'm your dad. Again, coming back to the fatherly guilt. The parental guilt. What the fuck?
Protective custody? I seem to recall you trying that once I discovered boys. It didn't work then either.
I get the a bit over. I would probably agree with something like this. If you know something like triad is involved and you are going after them, they're definitely gonna probably want police protection. Kind of somewhat having a bit of an overreaction of the, oh, you've made them angry, and it's like, yeah, no shit, she's a lawyer. She's like trying to prosecute them. Of course she's gonna make criminals like angry, and of course some of the criminals I'm sure prosecute are gonna be fucking dangerous. It's the line of work you chose, the line of work you're in it, you should know. And I guess it is different because it is his daughter, and I would feel this, you know, similar to like, oh god, why did you have to choose this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm proud, but why this? And I'm sure that's how exactly Lance feels about it.
Won't stop until she burns you, me, and the entire triad to the ground.
Then we kill Miss Lance.
Attorney for shipping magnate Martin Summers.
See, this is why, as a vigilante, having a kill first mentality is just not a good idea. Because then you get held next to people like that, and it's like, oh, we killed him. What's the problem? Oh, well, now the daughter is trying to prosecute us and testify. I'll kill the daughter. It's like, are you serious? What do you? The lawyer will never let this go. Just kill the lawyer. You know, her dad's like, is he the chief of police now, or is he just a detective? I think he's just a detective right now. Her dad's a fucking detective. Watch the next solution gonna be kill the detective. Like, what do you mean kill the detective? What we could kill the whole department next? You need to figure some shit out quick. Find something to throw underneath the bus or something.
Wait, how did you get those?
Don't you knock?
No, wait, Mom said
Yeah,
that
sure.
there were scars. What happened to you out there?
You don't want to know. It's just, no, never mind. Just thought I was gonna say that.
Of course you don't. You never want to talk to me about anything, except for my social life.
Wait. I need to get better at talking about what happened to me there. But I'm not ready yet. Okay?
God, that was such a fucking real moment from Oliver. I'm sure he has some of that genuine like wanting to talk about it to her, especially Thea, because they're so so close as they are, and like the wanting to tell. I really want to talk about it, but like he has to disguise it still, and like I just don't know how to talk about it yet, which obviously he probably could at this point. But he still has to keep this like guise of like, oh yeah, I still have to like keep people at arm's length, keep her at arm's length. And there is an aspect to that. If you let it get to your head too much, in my experience, not nearly as much that I absolutely have to lie and completely hide who I am. And like, oh, actually, I'm the opposite. I'm a complete piece of fucking shit and I don't care about anything. And that's not really the personality I give off when I'm normally engaging in life. It's like not a like, oh, I'm caring and serious when I'm a vigilante, and then like when I'm just me, Zach, it's just like yeah, I don't give a fuck you. To a certain extent, you do have to hide things if you want to keep some level of ambiguity. Ambiguity. It's fucking. But as somebody who hasn't necessarily ever had one, it's not that hard to like keep a normal life and engage in this stuff. Obviously, plenty of cops and people in the military do this. People in the government do it. Like, you become these things. People aren't gonna like necessarily know who you are. Even people who like. There are people who I probably have helped who probably don't know who the fuck I was. Well, yeah, obviously. Some of them. I never told anybody really confirming them. There are a couple people out there who I've helped who know about it. But the overwhelming majority of them just thought I was just some guy. Like, and it just happened to be right place, right time. I do kind of really feel for Oliver. In the sense that he probably really does want to talk to Thea about all of it. Or at least somebody. Talk to fucking somebody about this shit. I definitely would want. I definitely would be fucking on that shit back in the day. Like, I wanted to tell like my best friend so much. I wanted to like talk to like. This might be never talking about it to some of them, one of which you knows now, but like ex-girlfriends and stuff. But it just back in those days, I had a very different mindset to the lifestyle. I'd yet to like have a president that like, oh yeah, I'm gonna live to see 18 or 16, right, and I get myself fucking killed, you know. So making like commitments like that was always very hard and very difficult to approach, especially when I had such issues trusting in general, especially with making friends, especially at school. Luckily, I just got very lucky with my best friend, and because of that, I had so many good experiences because really he pushed me into having them. Not push me into them like physically or anything, but like would like egg me on like, hey, you can't just be like the depressed emo who like sits around all day. You kind of have to remember that you have a life, you want to enjoy it. You should, you know. And I'll always be grateful for like my best friend and all my other friends who very much all contributed in their own ways to like that mindset, the older mindset of me of like, maybe I shouldn't bother putting down roots or like committing to these kind of things, because what if like in a year I get myself killed? And there was even a brief time where it was still kind of that mindset, but even though it was that mindset, I still want to enjoy life while I'm still here, even if it is only for another year. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird looking back on some of it, how like the original where I came from versus like now's mindset is like shifted several times at this point.
The house got so quiet, so I'd come here to talk to you. I mean, stupid stuff, like what I was doing that day, what boy I had a crush on. And then sometimes I'd ask you, beg you, to find your way home to me. Now here you are. And the truth is, I felt closer to you when you were dead.
Oof.
Look, I know it was hell where you were, but it was hell here too. You gotta let me in, Ollie. You gotta let someone in.
Damn, how long has it been since he's been back? Hasn't it only been like a couple days or a few days? Maybe a couple weeks. I'm not sure. How long has this take place? Like, maybe like a week. I don't know how long it's been. Maybe it's been a few months. I don't. Did they mention how long it's been? I don't think they have. And Core is the person who chooses to. Aladdin is Laurel. So is the girl. And yes, it's a kid in real life. Shut up.
Am I supposed to stay away from you if you won't stay away from me?
True.
She pointed out to me that I have been distant since I got back, and that it would probably be a good idea if I let somebody in.
So you thought you'd start with the first person you pushed away?
I did that to protect you.
Aww.
I saw you yesterday, and I realized that I hurt you. Thank you.
For his 10,000.
I'm a damaged jerk.
What's in the bag?
I thought about many things on the island, but really dreamed about it. And I promised myself that if I ever got a chance to do it again, I'd do it with you. Eat ice cream.
Me? So me.
Yeah. Take my rightful place.
I can't exactly picture you as the master of the universe.
If you don't know why that line is funny, you're not cool because you haven't seen this show all the way through. But if you have, you know why that's funny.
I have things that I have to do. I can't do that if I'm, I don't know, attending board meetings and stockholder briefings.
But you got time for the ice cream. I see you, Ollie. I see you. We see you, Ollie. Where's 10,000?
Could have stopped her from going with you.
Oof.
I am sorry.
You apologized already.
And it'll never be enough.
Oof. Fuck you. Fuck you for making me relate. Fuck you. We're not gonna talk about it. Moving on.
Did you hear that?
What was that? A crash in the other?
What?
What did that door just explode? See, that makes more sense. Why? I love how I said why to the chick with the knives, but like not why to the bow and arrow. I just need to stop. Like it was. Also, what was with that door? Why didn't you just kick it open? Why did you have to explode? Do it like the fucking Kool-Aid man. What the fuck? I mean, points for aura, but still, a bit of an overkill move, don't you think? That had to fucking hurt too. What the fuck? That hurt my shoulder just to watch. We got dig in the arm. Oh. Well fucking done there. Jesus fucking Christ. That little exchange, I'm pretty sure that's the entire exchange. That girl doesn't come back and she's gone now. But again, masterclass scene, masterclass of them all crashing in, and then Diggle coming in for the last minute save, taking on the op, a little bit of a, you know, you think Oliver's about to have to do it, but nah, Dig comes in with the save. But then again, Oliver coming in with the rebound save, chucking the knife. What is I assume was what I thought I saw was like a butter knife. Question. Why the butter knife if they were eating ice cream? What's the point of the knife if you were eating ice cream? Why was there just a butter knife sitting on the living room table? You weren't cutting up anything. That's just my own brand going. Bit weird. But sure, maybe you have the knife sitting there. Alright, sure.
That you put on me.
I went outside to ask for a light and they were both dead in the squad car.
Damn, they really actually went after the fucking police department. Holy fuck. I fucking I can't believe they would actually went that far. Usually most organized crime knows that there's a very, very, very major downside to killing cops. And that is it draws overwhelming amount of attention to you. And like any business ventures you may be, you know, partaking in. Like, it is such a bad move to fuck with the cops. Such a bad move to kill a cop. Like, you have to be, like, I am the one, I am God level, I'm not getting caught. To fucking, like, it's, good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that.
You stay away from Laurel, or I swear the next time you disappear, it will be permanent.
Dad!
No, Laurel.
Ooh, that's definitely a threat. That's definitely a threat, right? That's gotta be a threat. You can't... I guess maybe... Maybe it's a threat, maybe... fuck, I don't know. Would that be a threat? I fucking need a legal expert on this shit. Legal, where are you? Where are we when you need you most? What the fuck? I'm getting an ad right now for the weirdest thing. I don't know what the I'm looking at right now. Majorly distracted. Is that what is this a DoorDash? Oh my god, it's a DoorDash ad. Why? Anyways, besides the turkey being blow dried. Oh, what is that? Why is it hitting me now? Unironically, this sounds like such a me thing to do, just to fuck with my kids or my wife, just like pretend I'm cooking the turkey. Like, go out and buy like 10 blow dryers and just like tape them all to like fucking sticks and shit. I bet you got enough of them, it'd probably work too. Put them all on max setting, something like that, put them all close together and just stick the turkey right in between all of them, it'd probably work. You got enough blowtorches, the fucking hair dryer. It's not a blowtorch, it's a fucking hair dryer. Whoa. And everything is a DoorDash shop. Also, why am I getting Thanksgiving related ads after Thanksgiving? Oh my gosh. Where are my spooky Halloween ads then? What the fuck?
As I think it should be you that I'm thanking.
For the knife.
What for?
The knife.
The knife. I got lucky.
Also
That
good
was a
reflexes.
kitchen knife. It wasn't even weighted properly, yet you threw it for accuracy across a 10-foot room.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I got lucky.
You're not lucky. That's on bull. Oh, for me, that'd probably be like not that the best with throwing knives. For you, that was skill. Come on, flex that aura, just a little. It's alright every once in a while.
Good night.
Nice try. He's on to you.
Good night, sir.
Flight all you want, Oliver. He's got you. 100%. He knows. Take him out. Nobody can know your secret. Take him down.
To face justice. It'll just be a different kind.
I'm leaving tonight.
Wallace. Yeah, you bet your ass you're leaving tonight.
Wallace, you copy? Wallace.
Wallace isn't here. But I am.
We need to move now.
Move! Sir, we got 6 men out there. That's not enough.
The mental play. I'm coming for you, Simmons.
I'm trying to make this city safer just like you. Having cops around, not being able to do my job.
Your job is not going after people like the Triad or Summers.
My job is to use the law to fight for what is right. Just like you taught me.
Well, that's dirty, using me against me. Can't do that.
What do you can't do that? What is this? More parental guilt? Oh my god, it totally was. He brought up the dead sister and everything. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? What is with these people? Why is it always the, oh, I thought after your sin. Why is everybody trying to guilt trip each other into shit? This is the most unhealthy relationship dynamics I've ever seen. They all try to guilt each other into doing what they want. I mean, even, I guess technically, Via did it too earlier with the freaking grave scene. Everybody does it. What the hell? This whole episode is just one long guilt trip.
I gotta go. There's something's going on at the docks.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that was too good. The fucking, they're going down the stairs, dude. Oh, that's so good. That's 100% a kid in real life. I've definitely seen people eat shit and like on the stairs and go like, oh. Not in the context of being a vigilante, purely just on like accidentally slipping on the stairs. But it's still the same. It's the same result. Oh, he's definitely dead. That man is so dead. Bro, the coldest line in the episode. Oh god, he can't help you. Oh my god, I love Oliver. The fucking mind games are fucking real. Not even God will save you. Which is accurate.
The Triad's not your concern right now.
That is a very good point, good sword. I'll tell you everything.
It wasn't me that killed him. It was the Triad.
Acting on whose instructions?
All right. It was mine.
I was fucking kidding.
He's gonna testify against me.
Idiot.
Oh. Oh. Speaking of Chinese, alright. You need a plethora of dynamic skills when it comes to the, vigilante life. Bilingualism is, it's a good skill. I wouldn't know about surrounded, my dude. What do you think is gonna, my man, what do you think is gonna happen here? This man takes on dozens of armed guards at once. One lone cop. What do you think you're gonna do? I gotta give it to Lance. He's got balls of steel. Respect. But also, bad move coming in alone. Should have called for backup and waited for you boys. Also, I hate that they tease the rivalry between Oliver and this chick. Like, they give us such a good little, like, tease of what's to come in, like, their, like, rivalry here in this episode. And it's like, like, what is it, like 5-10 seconds? Not even of them was, it was like a 5 to 10 second fight. It's like unheard of. Him. That's like the guards got more time than the triad chick did. That's wild. I guess it's like she's supposed to be like a later season villain, so obviously he's not supposed to like fight her to the point of death or, you know, catch her in this episode. But I mean, you could have let it go on like another 10 seconds at least. Come on. All of a sudden, hey, everybody come out with your hands up. Ah. Come on, give us like 10 more seconds of them beating up on each other. Then surround them. Just give it a little something. A little something. You skipped out on them fighting earlier. You teased it. And then you leave us like 10 seconds of this. This is some bullshit. I demand more fighting. More violence. In the TV show, obviously. I mean, we'll move. Okay, he moved anyways, let's be honest. He didn't want to twitch. What the fuck were you on that one, Lance? Pretty sure that still applies to what I talked about earlier. That you can't like force or coerce somebody into like confessing and like shooting arrows around somebody's head is almost certainly going to be considered coercion. It will probably most certainly get your case thrown out, or the case you're working on thrown out. Like, this is a part of the reason why you shouldn't be going this hard, particularly in cases that the system are more than already handling on some level. Like, when there's an attorney like Laurel who's already taking this to court. The more better approach was just focus on protecting the witness and protecting Laurel so they can prosecute it fully. And if like, you know, people show up, you know, they show up to do some shit, they show up to do some shit, and you know, it is what it is. Do what you gotta do to survive and protect the, you know, the witness and the lawyer and whoever else might be involved. Or several witnesses if needed. Like, this is why you want Lance on there, giving them, you know, protective detail. And even then, you know, their protective detail got in the parking lot before, you know, Oliver and her got attacked in the apartment. So even with that, like, Oliver's best move here would have been to protect them. This was like an unnecessary overkill move that would most certainly get your case thrown out in like the actual court of law in our world. And also getting the forced confession is probably not gonna help. It's probably gonna be like dismissible in some way. I guess, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure on that though. I'm pretty sure it's like, I know there's standards for cops to not be able to force confessions, but if somebody else forced a confession and they just happen upon the recording, like, would that then be like, could be used as evidence against them? Then again, I would need specifically a lawyer who specializes in that kind of law to even begin to go over. It would probably heavily depend on jurisdiction and what state and cities, even, you know, you have different jurisdictions, so it'll probably heavily depend on where you're from. As there are, like, some, like I said earlier, some one-party, some two-party states. But other than the obviously illegal behavior, 10 out of 10 scene, action-wise, not so over the top that it's unrealistic. It's part of the reason why I love the show like Arrow. And, like, it's harder to, like, be able to probably talk about the realism of it if I'm watching something like The Flash. That is just, like, he's gonna just put in there and, like, knocked them all up or tied them all up. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. Good job. But this, like, being able to look over, like, the individual, like, little badass moments, not just, like, the regular shots, but, like, also, like, the 180s to, like, the fucking goofy, funny moments of the guy falling down the stairs, which is very kind of real life. If you were to do that, 100% that person is fucking making the same exact sound effects. Oh, I can only imagine. The mental fortitude you have not to laugh at in that moment, like Oliver didn't, but I would be fucking cracking up in the moment. It's just too funny not to. But yeah, overall, I'd say S tier scene. S tier for all the scenes in this episode so far. Not too many breaks in continuity this time around. I like to see that. Other than, I guess, the butter knife thing, I guess. Where the fuck did the butter knife come from? They were just eating ice cream with butter knife, I guess. I just... Sure. I guess.
Show up here by mistake?
By invitation. Oliver invited me last night.
Last night?
Is that surprise or jealousy I'm hearing?
Look, I just don't want him to find out anything, okay?
It's like, it's just in case you forgot. Tommy and Laurel slept together. Here's a random interaction in the next scene.
Greatest legacies. Whoa, whoa. Good.
What about me? Right? I'm a legacy. Hey, some of you may not know me. My name is Oliver Queen. Robert Queen's son. But as Walter, who's my new dad.
Dude.
Sorry. As Walter was
Oh
saying,
god, Oliver.
I'm not much of a legacy, per se. And I'm supposed to take my rightful place at the company. Prodigal son returns home and becomes the heir apparent. But I'm not my father. I'm not the man he was. I'm not half the man he was. I never will be. So, please, stop asking me to be.
Oof. Gosh, that really sucks. Definitely something you have to consider, sacrificing parts of, like, your normal life in order to, like, partake in that kind of life. Whether you do it as a vigilante or as a cop or as a lawyer, it's like you have to make sacrifices in some ways that other people don't really get or fully grasp or understand. The event of, like, having Oliver having to, like, burn his, like, kind of legacy of, like, I'm not going to be Robert Queen's son. I'm not going to be who you want me to be. I know who I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to go do that. It's, like, super tragic in one hand, but on another, I'm sure it feels pretty liberating to know this is what he's meant to be doing, and this is what he should be doing as for right now. maybe someday he can take over the company and then act when he's like a couple years older, act a bit more mature and take over the company. But it's like right now he really needs like the leeway to have all that free time to be able to run around as the Green Arrow and like just having to be around, going around being a vigilante. It takes a lot out of you, especially when you have to lie and constantly hide that fact and live a double life. I didn't have to worry about that as much for a couple of reasons. My experience with it is particularly limited. I can only imagine what it's like with Oliver, with him having to completely switch it up, or somebody like Bruce Wayne, who has to like, well, I guess it's probably a lot more easier for Bruce Wayne because he has a lot more people to like juggle around, and the people who are close to them know that he's Batman, so like I guess it's not really the same kind of thing. Oliver's particular situation, like nobody knows who he is yet, which I guess is similar to mine, but kind of not really, because people knew who the kind of person I was. It's just I never explicitly, you know, went into detail about me being a child vigilante, or like still continuing my work of being a vigilante in the background. Like, but they should have at least been somewhat aware of like the personality types aligning. If what I've been told from people I've like finally told the full truth of, like overwhelmingly the consensus was, yeah, that makes sense. This is basing on what we know about you. Yeah, that tracks. That sounds like you. Yeah. So like my experience is like not really portraying somebody who I'm not, but well, I mean, there were definitely times where I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, when I clearly did. So like, yes, to a minor degree, but like to the extent Oliver has to go is pretty fucking taxing, I'm sure, mentally and emotionally for him. As I'm pretty sure he'll get into it this next scene here.
Going to jail, Emily, for the rest of his life.
You see, I'm not 100% sure on that. I need a legal expert, somebody please, if you happen to see this video. Let me know in the comments, but I don't feel like that would hold up in court. But then again, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not 100% sure. Maybe jurisdictions it's different, but like, from what I understand, like that's definitely like coercion, like a confession through coercion. And like, if he did commit a crime, would him being confessed matter? Does it matter if it's not the cops? I'm sure cops certainly couldn't do it, but like if somebody else did, I'm like, from what I understand, that's definitely not how it works. Then again, some shows are like that, where it's like they bend the legal rules a little bit, where it's like, oh yeah, we totally took all that like totally dismissible evidence in our world and totally used it to lock this guy up. So like this might just be another one of those kind of cases. But if not, I guess good job. Maybe in this universe the laws are different, who knows?
Seems like he's trying to help.
The city doesn't need that kind of help, okay? It's like I always told you, you don't need to go outside the law to find justice. No, I believe that, all right? And I promise you, when I catch this guy, he's gonna believe it too.
Oof. As much as I would love to agree with Lance here, instead of a good example, there are certain cases where it's the law is the problem. Whether the particular unique situation of it being found to be corrupt, or like say a corrupt cop trying to frame you, there are just some times where the law does step out of line, and there needs to be people, hopefully society as a whole sees it and calls it out and protests it. But if that's not happening and there's no way to, like, my first piece of advice would be to expose it and, like, broadcast it and get protests going. But in the more serious circumstances, I would argue, like, Gotham City. Well, I mean, no, because in Gotham City, even the judges are paid off. Like, everybody is paid off in the beginning. Like, at least here, at least the judge was willing to hear out the case, you know? But who knows, maybe they would have paid off the judge too, maybe? But, like, we didn't see that. So there was, like, obviously still a chance there. I get, like, if there's no chance now in the court going to this extreme, but the fact that it's still in court, and again, I don't think that evidence would have been admissible, and to be able to be used, and I guess it's like a whole nother case now that is like actual criminal court, they said, instead of civil court, which is I guess where they were going after him originally in. I guess because they technically did discover new evidence. But God, I can't remember. I might have fucking forever ago learned about this, but my understanding, it probably heavily depend on the jurisdiction. I'd have to double check that though.
My son knows nothing. Robert didn't tell him anything that could hurt us. He has no idea that the yacht was sabotaged.
Dun dun dun. Dude. Oh. The conspiracies. Oh man. Here comes the emotional part though, bro.
All that time on the island plotting my return, I didn't realize how hard it would be to reconnect with Mom, Thea, Laurel. I didn't know how painful it would be to keep my secrets. You asked me to save the city, to right your wrongs. I will. I swear. But to do that, I can't be the Oliver that everyone wants me to be, which means that sometimes, to honor your wishes, I need to dishonor your memory. I'm sorry. Take it down.
Like I said, that pretty much sums up exactly what I was talking about earlier. The having to keep secrets from that part of, or at least that part of yourself, secret. Even if it is just that part, it really sucks to have to like to want to talk and to connect to somebody like that, but not being able to. And it is a very, despite even like being mostly open and talking about most of the stuff I went through, there were times where I was like, fuck, I really wish I could talk about like who I really am and show who I really am, instead of some people thinking I was just like a lazy gamer bum who like literally did nothing. Because mine is that's what basically I just went for, because man, I was a gamer anyways. People assume if you're a gamer you're lazy and you do nothing other than that. And to be fair, with the little bit of what the free time I do have, I do spend gaming. To be fair, it was a gaming channel. Can't sit here and act like I don't spend my free time gaming or making videos or stuff like that. But especially for people who were closer to me and didn't see me for me, and like there was always that huge part of me that was kind of like hidden away, that never was clear to them. And I have noticed the difference between pre-me talking about it and post-me talking about it. There are definitely some people who treat me with a lot more respect, I'd say. Unfortunately, there have been some as well that have just kind of stayed the same. It's kind of just like, yeah, cool. And it's like, alright then, damn. And it's like, it's just no difference. Alright, cool. And it's been funny to watch some of them and have some of these conversations with the people in my life finally, and getting to see each and every one of their reactions to it, because some of them do like freak out and they're like, wait, what? And like having those conversations and having them run down everything and explain everything is sometimes tedious, which is why I started to leave it to just making the videos, to like finishing it off. Like anybody else who I haven't talked to yet, yeah, I'm sorry if you found out through the video, whatever. But I genuinely couldn't keep telling the same story like 1,000 times before, like just making a video. It was just so much easier just to make the video and have it all set out and done once, and then boom, done. If I need to tell somebody the story, I can just link them the video. S tier scene, S tier acting from Stephen Amell, as always. Master of the universe. And his rifle, you know, going or running, I guess, from his rifle place. He's master of the universe, or I guess in this case, Quentin's CEO, whatever.
We'll be going out tonight, sir.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Bro, that had hurt so fucking bad. I looked like it went like right between like the arm and like the shoulder. Like that shit fucked. You'd be like, there's probably definitely permanent damage there for sure, but I guess that's scar number 1. Should keep track of them all. Who the fuck are you, my friend? And why are you just shooting random people with arrows? I mean, I get the context of it later because he thinks he's somebody else, but still, did you see this guy like burying somebody? What did you just stand around and wait till he was done doing the burial to specifically fire that arrow? Like, or was that just purely the timing? S tier scene otherwise. Great shot as well. Jesus, that was from like a fucking mad distance. I'm not even gonna try to guess what that distance was. I have a poor time guessing that, especially in like the shows like that. It's always got to be the fucking trick of the cameras to fuck me up though. It's the only thing. In real life I'm not that bad, but fucking love that they ended it on that little cliffhanger. Several cliffhangers again, I guess. With Oliver's mom and all that, and then with this of like the mysterious person of like dressing as the Green Arrow. I'm like, oh, who's this guy who shot Oliver, who's wearing his fucking, you know, the Green Arrow get up. It's a perfect like setup for the follow episode, I think, which I'm pretty sure is one where they go into depth about who that guy is. And I guess oh yeah, the freaking I guess Felicity is introduced in a 3rd episode. Fuck, I thought she'd be introduced in this episode. Fuck. Alright, maybe we'll watch the 3rd episode, I guess, too. Hopefully it's the 3rd episode. Imagine it's like episode 10 or something. Hopefully not. But yeah, overall, fight scenes, S tier. Writing, show-wise, S tier. As always, I'd argue S+ tier. That concludes episode 2 of Arrow and part 2 of reacting to the Arrow series. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. And as always, until next time.